Hi everyone, this is Vera from Vera Ois Creations. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to take body measurements for the female figure, and particularly the ones recommended by the Winfred Aldrich book, Metric Pattern Cutting for Women's Wear. So kindly follow. The first measurement we're going to take is the bust measurement. So make sure of course your model is standing straight and you go around the bust, the fullest part of the bust. Just a little bit on the side so that we're able to see the side. So make sure your tape is going around just a little bit, the fullest part of the bust, and of course make sure it's all balancing well and the tape is not hanging loosely at the back. So once you take that measurement, of course you record it. Okay? So my client is a bust 38. Next measurement is the waist measurement. In an earlier video, I had shown you why exactly we put this. This is especially so for beginners. We always put a demarcation to just show you where the natural waistline is, so that you don't have to get all mixed up, and so that when you're measuring, your measurements are constant on that particular area. So with that, you go round for the waist measurement, you go round like that, and also just take as precise as possible because you're going to be adding ease when you're drafting. So as much as possible. Of course, I always put my 2 fingers in, and that's about 30.5 for the waist measurement. Next, we do the low waist measurement, which is basically around where the navel is at. This is usually about 5 centimeters from the waistline, and so you measure around that part. And most of these measurements are used for example, for pants and skirts for clients who like to put on their skirts on the lower waist. So it's important to know how to take that around the waist area. Okay, then the next measurement is the hip measurement, which you take around the fullest part of the hip. So once you have your tape measure on together joint, you always move it, just so that you're able to cover and get the fullest part of the hip. And I always say the point at which the tape therefore falls off is usually like we passed the fullest part, and so you hold your tape at that point and mark and note the measurement. Let me just do that again. You can move from there. You come down, and anytime I'm taking this measurement, I also make note of the exact point that seems to be the fullest part, so that then it will guide me. So it's right around there, just below that mark. So I've made note of that because I will need to take that measurement, the waist to hip measurement. Alright, then we come to the chest measurement. Whenever we are drafting, it's always good to know at what point that does the chest lie, so that then you're able to carve in your armhole. So when you're taking the chest measurement, the Aldrich book recommends, you take it, is it about 7 centimeters from that, but I always check the armhole to armhole measurement. And yes, a lot of times, just to note, I do take my measurements in inches, but when I'm drafting with the Aldrich method, I then convert them to centimeters. So in this case, I will measure from that particular point, just from where we have that fold and to that, and this is about 13.25. Then next is the shoulder measurement. Aldrich method recommends measuring from the base of the neck to the shoulder bone. So I will be showing you as another way of taking this shoulder measurement that you can use just to check on your pattern. So from the base of the neck to the shoulder bone. Feel that bone right there. This is about 4 3/4. Yes, and you can also take from shoulder bone to shoulder bone. This is another way of taking the shoulder measurement. So you use the one. All right, make sure you're touching the 2 shoulder bones. All right, next is the neck size. Usually take around, you tape right around the neck and make sure it's all touching the base of the neck, and then there is the 2 collarbones, so you should rest on that bone. So wherever you're able to take that, you get the value and note the measurement. Then next would be the dart measurement, which is a standard size. In our case, for her size, it would be 8.2 centimeters, and I will be giving you a list of the different sizes. Actually, what you do for the dart sizes, once you know your bust size, you check on the standard size chart, and then you figure where exactly your dart lies. If you're a smaller bust, then your dart is going to be smaller. But usually in the Aldrich method, it moves like by 0.6 centimeters. So if she's 8.2 centimeters, the next size would be 9. Yes, 9. No, 8.8. Sorry, 8.8. Forgive my mathematics. Then the next size after that would be 9.4. Like that. And the sizes move in. If let's say she's about in terms of centimeters, she's a 96. So you find the next size would be about 100. So for that particular size, then the dart would be 8.8 centimeters. Next, we work on the top arm, and anytime you're measuring the top arm, make sure the client bends their arm like that, and you're able to take the fullest part of the arm. So you take it and measure around the arm as much as possible. Take it and make sure you go through the fullest part. Okay, and once you have that, you indicate your measurement. Then we have the wrist measurement. Now, wrist measurement, you can, for a blouse or that would have a cuff, then you take it as close as possible, and of course with a bit of that will be comfortable enough for the client, that much, because the cuff will definitely have buttons and an opening so that it's able to fit well. However, if that particular garment does not have a cuff, it's always good to consider and push the tape measure through such that the person is able to put their finger in, some and out. So make sure the measurement accommodates that. That's for the wrist measurement. Then for the neck to waist measurement, which is also a positional measurement, from the back, as you can see, there is that bone. You can ask your client to just bend so that you're able to determine that particular prominent, on the spinal cord, that particular bone up there. So once you figure it out, you can just let the client stand as they usually do normally, and then you measure from that point to the waist, and yes, you get your nape to waist measurement. Then we have, just turn around, the front shoulder to waist measurement, which is taken around the mid shoulder point to the waist. Again, you mark that. This is what I think some call it the bodice measurement. So that's your front shoulder to waist measurement. And then we have what we call the arm side depth. Now the arm side depth, it's equally a standard measurement because sometimes it's neither here nor there, but it's a measurement taken around this particular area. You see where the arm side is, so you measure it from the base of the neck to that point. So let's say that would be about 8 inches. Yeah, right from the neck coming downwards, but mostly it's provided as a standard measurement because sometimes you might be a bit in inaccurate. And then next we have the waist to knee measurement. So from the point at the waistline, you measure and exactly of the knee. In this case, perhaps you're making position your skirt length. So you're able to do that. And then we also have the waist to hip measurement. Remember when you were taking the other measurements, I made note of where that would be. So I prefer to take it on the more straight side rather than the curvier side, so that then I'm able to position well. So it was around that point, so I just check on my tape measure. That's about 9 inches. Then of course we have the waist to floor, which would be an appropriate measurement for things like maybe trousers, when you're making trousers for those clients. And then we have, I'll skip that, then you have the sleeve length measurement. So yes, also make sure the client just bends their sleeve like that, just so that you're able to take care of the space for, anytime, because the sleeves you need to be able to function, with the sleeve well. So you take the measurement around that up to this bone right here. Okay, like that. Then I have some additional measurements that I'd like to show you. They may not be in the Winfred Aldrich method, but they're very important in terms of trying to really perfect your draft and personalize it to that client. So the first one would be the bust span, which is the distance between one nipple to the next. So it's always important to take that, the midpoint of that, and the next. It's very important in terms of positioning even your dart. Then the next is the bust point, where you measure from the mid of the shoulder to the fullest part of the bust. Okay. Then we have the front shoulder to under bust. Again, when you're trying to really make very contoured garments, it's good to know that position. So then you go to the under bust position and mark that measurement. And of course, the under bust measurement, because for you to be able to really contour the garment into that, then you need to have that particular measurement. All right, so our final measurement is the body rise measurement. We usually use it for drafting trousers, and you actually need the client to sit on a flat surface like that, and you're able to measure right from the waist to the table, to the surface of the table. So you mark that. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified when I do the next video. Thank you for watching.